Hola clase, ¿qué tal? Estamos en Así se dice del capítulo 10. Comencemos. This is about reciprocal constructions with se, nos, and os. Okay, do we have a volunteer to read this paragraph? I'll do it. Antes de entrar en la iglesia, los novios se miran. Durante la ceremonia se dan anillos de oro. Entonces se besan y se abrazan. Los invitados tiran arroz cuando los recién casados salen de la iglesia. Okay, so what do we have here? We just read some reciprocal actions. And what are reciprocal actions? Well, reciprocal implies sharing or doing something together with or for someone. And so Spanish speakers express the idea of each other or one another using plural reflexive pronouns se, nos, and os. And so here's a list of all the reflexive pronouns, but remember, we only use the plural, so I'm going to block off all the singulars because, it implies you're doing something with someone, right, or for someone, together, each other or one another, and so that is why we use the plural reflexive pronouns. And another way is with using verbs that are not normally reflexive. So, reflexive or reciprocal, how do you know? Well, sometimes the phrase el uno al otro is added to reciprocal actions. For example, in your book, you have Osvaldo y Lola se miran el uno al otro. And in this first sentence here of this paragraph, we don't have that, but we could have had that phrase added, right? Antes de entrar en la iglesia, los novios se miran el uno al otro. And so that will make it very obvious that it's reflexive. But another way to know is the context. So read and take everything into consideration. Here is a wedding. And as you read along, you know that these are all reciprocal actions. And here's an example from the book, which makes it easier to see. Los niños se miran en el espejo cuando se peinan. So here the children look at themselves in the mirror when they comb their hair. And so this one is a reflexive action. Los novios se miran, so you have se miran here, the same reflexive pronoun, the same verb. So how do you know? Well, let's continue reading to find out. Los novios se miran cariñosamente cuando hablan de su amor. All right, so now taking it all in, you know that this is a reciprocal action. The sweethearts look at one another affectionately while they talk about their love. How sweet. Okay, vamos a practicar. Completa el párrafo sobre las acciones de dos amigos. So let's complete this paragraph about the actions of two friends. In parentheses, they have given us the infinitive form of a reflexive verb. Okay? And as you can see, the reflexive verb has se attached to the end of it, the infinitive form of it. Mi mejor amigo y yo. And here you can pause, try yourself, and then press play and see if you get the right answers. Okay, mi mejor amigo y yo. So let's look for the subject pronoun for these. So mi mejor amigo y yo, my best friend and I. That will be we, nosotros. So the reflexive pronoun that you'll use is nos. So you'll know is nos, And now hablarse. Nos hablarse? No, right? So look for the right conjugation for hablar, for nosotros form. Nosotros hablamos, right? So, nos hablamos. Mi mejor amigo y yo nos hablamos casi todos los días. And we're going to continue with the same subject pronoun, right? Nos. Now, what is the conjugation of mandar for nosotros? Nos mandamos, muy bien. Nos mandamos muchos textos. Algunos amigos, some friends. So what would be the subject pronoun for some friends? Ellos. And the reflexive pronoun for ellos, you can see here, ellos, ellas, ustedes, is se. Comunican menos cuando se ven todos los días. Pero no es así con nosotros. Excelente. Now, next practice is forma preguntas con los siguientes elementos. So here's the model. You get tú y tus amigos / verse frecuentemente. So here we will work with partners, but you can create your own conversation with your computer or your imaginary friend. So estudiante 1 will create a question. ¿Se ven tú y tus amigos frecuentemente? Sí, nos vemos frecuentemente los fines de semana. Okay, so here's your prompt and see if you can come up with a question and an answer. All right, tú y tus padres. So look, what is the subject pronoun for tú y tus padres? You and your parents. Ustedes. And the reflexive pronoun for ustedes is se, so you know it will be se. And then for hablarse, right? Now figure out what the conjugation for hablar is for ellos, ellas, ustedes. And it's hablan. ¿Se hablan tú y tus padres por teléfono una vez a la semana? And the answer will be sí or no. Sí nos hablamos por teléfono por lo menos una vez por semana. Okay. So that is it for Así se dice. Hasta luego. Adiós.